Tuesday flow for all, and I've placed the Spotify playlist link in our chat thread if you would like to follow that, if you've got Spotify and it works for you to have the music playing in the background. Our theme for this week is resilience. And on Sunday, in the Yin session, we'll talk more about resilience in an emotional and psychological sense. Sorry, there's leaves all over the house because it's autumn here and the wind was blowing a lot today. It's a resilience in an emotional sense, and indeed in our professional lives and in society. But in our flow classes during the week, we're going to focus on resilience in the body. And when we talk about that, the most important, I think, aspect is to focus on is the fascia. And the fascia is a band or sheet of fibrous connective tissue that runs through the muscles and organs, literally from the epicranial fascia, from the very top of the head, to the plantar fascia down to the bottom. And there's 3 layers of it: the superficial, the deep layer, and the visceral fascia layer. And this connective tissue is closely packed with collagen fibers, and it's very flexible. It's almost kind of a silicon type of movable, so kind of viscous a substance, but with a bit of that like collagen hold. And it's able to resist a great amount of force and pressure, and it responds a little bit more slowly to pressure and exertion than our muscles. And it runs through our muscles and organs, and it kind of creates a sheath for nerve endings and blood vessels. And for a long time, up until kind of recently, it was completely discounted in medical, not completely discounted, but mostly discounted in medical, and particularly like sports science and thinking around bodies and how we respond to injuries and respond to pressure and physical activity. But in more recent times, it's become a lot more focused on, and within the yoga world, there's a whole now movement of people, particularly people that are kind of on the bridge between movement, mindful like movement, and yoga itself, that are very interested in the myofascia and the working within the fascia. And the kind of more yogic aspect of it, I guess, is that because it encases all of our nerve endings and blood vessels, it is the primary place in which pain, spatial awareness, and like repetitive movement memory is computed and logged in the body. And so it becomes the place in which our embodied memory is. So when you work with changing your body and developing in your body and doing repetitive movement, it's really the myofascia that remembers that movement, but it's also the myofascia that remembers previous injuries and overexertion and tears and pain. So it really is the center of our bounce back ability in our body, our resilience, our theme for the week, our resilience in our body. And it's constantly molding and changing, and we can constantly work with the fascia in our body to create new memories and linkages between muscle and the mind and movement. So we're going to integrate in our flow today quite a few kind of repetitive movements. So the fascia is activated not so much through like strength work, certainly not through external strength work, but a lot of kind of like movements. We're going to do movements kind of like this, like slightly faster movements. I'll explain. And we're going to integrate those like in between our flow. And that will be a way for us to work into the fascia and release any tension or strain from the flow on a fascia level. So let's see how that goes. Hopefully you'll enjoy it and it'll be fun. Let's begin now on our mats. You can come to sit in a Virasana seat. So just tuck your legs underneath your knees. If you need to place a cushion or anything under your bum, then do so now to get that little bit of elevation. And I invite you to lightly place your hands in the seat of the body, palm, left palm and right. Just roll the shoulders back and draw the elbows down and in towards the sides of the torso. Maybe lengthen through the back of the neck and tuck the chin ever so slightly inwards. And I invite you to close your eyes here and just come to focus on your breath. Just spend a few moments in our kind of familiar tools and patterns of grounding here, allowing the mind to become settled and focused on that monotonous rhythm of breath. And in so doing, perhaps becoming more subtly aware of the body, of sensations in the body. And as our focus is in resilience and the resilience of the fascia, I invite you to really tune into that full body awareness, that full awareness of sensations. The fascia is this layer beneath the skin, from the very tip of the head to the tips of the toes, over the front of the body, and indeed over the back of the body, encasing all of our organs and our muscles, and transporting nerve endings and blood vessels through them. And so just becoming fully aware of the body, your whole self as you are this evening, today on your mat. And just tuning into all that is, all that arises. And as we're going to work subtly with the fascia, I invite you to try not to force any particular sensation or any particular form in the body or any particular ideal. And just tune in with what is, with a space and heart of acceptance. And we can now begin to maybe flow through 5 full yogic breaths. So keeping your eyes closed, staying where you are, and just tuning into that full and expansive breath in your own time, breathing into the belly, filling the lungs, right up into the shoulders. Let your exhalation be just as expansive and long and deep as you decompress from the top down. Just filling the full yogic breath cycle in your own time. If it's in your practice to activate an ujjayi breath, it's like constriction in the back of the throat and a audible sound from the back of the throat with the exhalation, then do so now. That's in your practice and that serves you. Flowing through the 5th and final breath here. Inhale to flutter the eyes open. Exhale to draw your left hand back just behind your hip and feet, and inhale to lift up that right arm, maybe pressing into the glutes, pressing the hips forward. Make the neck nice and soft. Exhale, lower the bum as you sweep your hands forward over to the other side, and then inhale to open up on that side. Exhale to close, sweeping forwards. Inhale to open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flowing through in your own time, another 2 full cycles. So that was the first side, second side, and we'll do another last full cycle here. Maybe stretching nicely into the neck along with the spine. And exhale, bringing the spine back to neutral. Inhale, coming up onto the knees. And then exhale, drawing your left foot out towards the left side. Toes in line with the right knee, arms out. Parigasana pose as you exhale, bringing the left hand onto the left leg. Right arm overhead, looking up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you can close the body. Let's keep that nice fluid sweeping motion like before, only in the gate pose as we go into the reverse side. Exhale to close, you know the drill. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. One more time each side. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. And as you do that, keep your hands on the floor, hands under the shoulders, maybe tucking the right toes under, and then slide the bum back to the heels, keeping this kind of half straddle. Reach your hands forward, maybe dome up in the base of the hands around the wrists. Look down to the floor. And just take a few deep, full, lovely lengthening cycles of breath here. Make sure you aren't straining through the neck to look towards your hands once you've domed up through the heel of the hand. And if you have the fingertips just on the floor, you can look down towards the earth, down towards your mat. Last full cycle of breath here. Inhale to lift your head up, coming up onto your hands, hands under the shoulders. Inhale to lift your left leg up, trying to keep it in that nice horizontal line. And then exhale to draw it back and behind you. Let's do that again. Let's go back to the side. Inhale, pressing hands into the floor, trying to keep your shoulders even. Exhale to go back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Let's do it a third time. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. And then release that knee. Draw the right leg out now. Right toes in line with that left knee. Arms out to the side. Lengthen through the spine and engage the glutes. And when you're ready, exhale over towards that right foot. And then deep inhalation. Exhale, draw the hands forward. Inhale up the other side. Flowing through 3 times in each direction now. Starting from this is 1. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. The second round. Flowing with your breath, really enjoying how you're matching movement with breath, feeling the breath move through you. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. This time as you close, keep your hands to the floor, keep the foot out to the side, and then tuck your left toes underneath as you slide the bum back. Reach forward with your hands, dome the heel of the hand up, soften the neck. Deep full breaths. Last full breath here. Exhale. Inhale to come up into this kind of half straddle tabletop. Engage through the rhomboids and through the scapula, so making like a horseshoe shape through the shoulders, and rotate those upper arms outwards as you press the hands into the floor. And then inhale to lift up with your right foot. Exhale to kick it back. Let's do 3 of those kind of side kicks. Inhale forwards, try and keep those shoulders nice and even. Exhale and back. Inhale forwards. I've definitely got a flex in the foot here, using the strength in the ankle, pressing through the ankle. Let's do the 3rd and last time. And exhale and back, bringing both knees onto the mat, and then sitting back, sliding your hands behind your head. Now we're going to do our 3 repetitive fascia movements. So hands behind the head, and draw your chin in towards your chest, and then draw your elbows on either side of your face close in. And so the movement is to suck belly into spine, round the spine, and feel as though you're drawing your elbows into to touch your hips, your TSI, just in front of those hip joints. So that's the movement, in like that, okay? So this is stretching obviously the back fascia. And the movement has to be repetitive and with the exhalation. So it's quite quick. So let's do 20 here. Well, let's start with 10. So it would be exhale would be the count of 1. So it'd be inhale to open. Let's do that a second time. And closing in and exhale. Inhale to open. We'll do it a 3rd and last time. Closing the elbows in and then using the exhalation 10 counts. Inhale to open. Great. And then you can open the arms out, and we're going to open up into the front of the chest and the arms. So this movement is like this. It's like a flap, like you're flapping your wings. Keep the hands relatively active, but not straining. So we'll do same again. Exhale with the backward movement, counting to 10 and 3 of them. So hold, exhale, back to the center. Let's do the second round, and hold, back to the center. Let's do the 3rd round, and let's begin. Hold, and then slide your hands forward, and you can tuck your toes under and find your way into your first down dog. Our last one will be, our last exercise into the myofascia will be with the down dog. So tucking your toes under, and for the first few moments you can just bend and stretch, pedal into your legs as you would normally do in your first down dog of the session. Just finding your comfort in the pose. Coming to still the body now. Finding your alignment as you spread your fingers and press the forefinger and the thumb into towards the floor, tilting up through the hips, lengthening through the back of the neck, lengthening through the spine, softening into the face and the head. And so now staying in our down dog, you'll have to just look forward to see me. The movement is with the exhalation, and it's a bouncing through the chest. So it looks like that. We're going to do the same again, 10 times 3. Let's begin. Inhale, and let's go. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale back to the center. Let's begin the second and begin. Hold. Exhale. Inhale to the center. Let's do the third round and exhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, looking forwards, and you can draw that right leg in towards your heart, transfer it forwards between your feet, and I'll actually include in our warm-up a third and last of our fascia warm-ups. So this, because I realized we didn't do it over the front of the hips and the front of the legs at all. So you'll have your right hand on the outside of that right foot, and you're in a kind of mid lunge length, and then you're reaching forwards with the left arm in a straight line. Back leg is nice and straight. So the movement is going to be opening like that with the exhalation, and then coming back to neutral. So it's our bounce back ability. It'll look like this, kind of like a little bit funny. So this won't be the whole class, by the way. This is just a warm up, so don't worry. It is a bit funny, but it's a lovely way to, it's the only way to really deeply warm up and get into your fascia. So let's begin. So inhale and exhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale back to neutral. All right, let's begin. We'll just do 2 on each side here. So, and exhale. Hold. And exhale, release. Let's do the other leg, just stepping back with that right leg, maybe pausing in plank for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift up that left leg, placing it forward. Your left hand on the outside of the left foot, right arm up, and taking a deep breath in. And let's begin with the exhalation. Hold. Exhale. Neutral. Inhale. Let's get ready for second round, and let's begin. Hold and exhale. Releasing that hand, let's step back into the plank. Let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lifting the bum up. Exhale, finding your way into down dog. A few breaths here. Finding that full, deep, long breath. So apparently the newer kind of research, as we just breathe through a few more cycles into the myofascia, is that your flexibility and indeed your mobility is not so much in the muscles, but lies in the fascia. And fascia work is more effective in the long term than straight muscle work in achieving that mobility, which is a combination of flexibility, strength, and movement. On your next inhalation, look forwards towards your hands, and you can jump or step, up to you, your feet towards the front. Exhale to fold in, maybe bending the back of the knees if the hammies are still stiff. And inhale to rise. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Let's flow through around 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar. Inhale. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Stepping back or jumping back if you're already there into your plank, either coming onto your knees and elbows here and into a low cobra, or if it's in your practice, finding your chaturanga, your up dog, engage the glutes, and then pike through to your down dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Looking forwards, jumping or stepping. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to rise. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, lift and lengthen. Stepping or jumping. Find your flow, either low cobra or perhaps an up dog. We all meet back in down dog for 2 lovely long breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, looking forwards, jump or step. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, let's tilt and fold from the hips. Inhale, straight back, straight legs. Bending your knees, jump or step. Find your flow. And we meet back in down dog. 2 full breaths. Looking forwards, bending to your knees and jump or step. Exhale to fold in. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Let's find our last Surya A. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Bend through the knees, jump or step. And find your way back. Another full breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, looking forwards to your right hand. Exhale, sweeping your right hand back to your left ankle. A little bit far away. Finding your left ankle or your left calf. Looking underneath that left upper arm or shoulder. Pressing both hips back evenly behind you. Feeling the weight into the heels. Drawing belly into spine as you enjoy the twist, softening through the right shoulder. So a lot of this cross body or diagonal work is also very good for stimulating the fascia. Exhale. Inhale, looking forwards, right hand places, exhale. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, reach back with left hand to the right foot or behind the right calf. Look underneath that right upper arm. Make sure you aren't kind of falling out to the right side here. Both hips pressing back evenly. Neck is long. Last full breath here. Inhale, looking forwards. Both hands planted. Exhale. Go onto your knees or child pose at any time you need during our flow. On the next inhalation, lifting the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Taking 2 breaths just to find your edge in the pose, maybe closing the right hip to the floor slightly, flointing through the right foot, engaging through the right toes. On your next inhalation, drawing right knee to right elbow. Exhale to kick back. Inhale, right to left. Exhale, back. Inhale, right to right. Exhale, back. Inhale, right to left. Exhale, back. Inhale, right to right. Exhale, back. Inhale, right to left. Exhale, back. Inhale underneath the body, knee to nose. Nice slow fluid transition through the jaguar, bringing your right foot to the floor between your hands. When you're ready, inhale to lift up, coming into the high lunge. You can interlock your fingers and place them behind your head as you make sure that the left back glute and back heel and knee is fully engaged, opening the chest and maybe playing with pressure between hands and head, finding whatever part of your body, part of your neck, should I say, needs a bit of love. Breathing deeply. Last full breath here. And then releasing hands from behind the head, reaching up towards the ceiling. On your exhalation, kissing your back knee to the floor, just letting it hover just above. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hover. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hover. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hover. Last breath here. Inhale to lift. This time as you exhale and hover, take your right hand only back towards your left calf or leg. Soften into your hips and open into this Crescent Lunge as you reach up and behind you with the left arm and tilt your face and your chest to the right side. Exhale, keep the back toes tucked under. Last breath here, inhale and exhale. On the inhalation, wave, or should I say windmill your hands forward, lift up that back foot and come into a high Stand Asana. You can even do it like that at the back of the mat. And let's do the reverse. So exhale, inhale, sweep forwards and find your way back to your crescent. Let's try that again. Inhale, exhale, windmill, high lunge, and inhale, coming forwards. Let's try it again. Exhale, high lunge, inhale, crescent. This time, as you exhale, go into a low skandasana, bringing the palms together and lowering your bum right towards the floor. You can stretch your hands out on the inside of that back left leg. One breath here, inhale, exhale. Inhale to lift your head up and sweep your right hand behind the right hip, and then inhale to lift up into a kind of wild thing variation. Exhale, sweep down and forwards or out to the side, and then inhale, let's lift up. Exhale, sweeping forwards. This will be the last time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sweeping forwards. This time, come right over into a straight leg. So your pyramid pose at the back of the mat. Left leg is forward, right leg behind you. Bring it in about 1 meter behind. Foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale to lift and lengthen through the spine. Lock your knees and try and tilt both hips to face the back of the mat. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. This time as you inhale, lift up your back heel and maybe bend into the back knee. Exhale to get earthy. Inhale, find your way into the standing splits, the back of the mat. 3 breaths here, static. So find your edge, maybe testing your balance, bringing hands behind the heel. Maybe you have one hand on the floor and one hand behind the heel. Maybe you have both. Find your edge, engage through the right glute. And then bringing both hands to the floor to steady yourself. On your next exhalation, bring your right knee in the back of that left knee, so like a curtsy, and you can just hover your right toes to the floor. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bending knee to knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale. This will be our last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to knee. And then inhale, kick that right leg back. Windmill or sweep your hands forward and find your way into the Virabhadrasana 2, facing to the front of your mat. So your right knee is leading you, palms facing downwards. Rolling the shoulders back and down, softening and releasing tension through the shoulders. Engage your glutes and check in with that front knee. Maybe coax it backwards a little bit as you continue to engage through the right glute and almost tighten and draw that rump in towards the center line of your mat. Exhale. Inhale to lift and lengthen. In your reverse warrior or humble warrior. And then exhale, or peaceful warrior, I think we call it, so many ways. And side angle. Inhale. So you can do this without balancing on your hands, maybe engaging through the core. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Hold for a full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, close your body to the floor. Might need to move that right knee back slightly as you bring your right knee in towards the inner and upper part of your right upper arm. Inhale to lift that leg up. So my right knee is really pressing against the right upper arm. Exhale, draw right knee to left wrist. Inhale, right knee to right upper arm. Exhale, right to left. Inhale, up. Last time, exhale, down. Inhale, up. And then exhale to kick back. Three-legged dog. Looking forward to your hands. Deep inhalation. And then exhale to bring your elbows onto the floor. If you needed to bring both feet to the floor to come into your dolphin arms, then that's totally fine too. Bring both feet to the floor and then rejoin us here. If it serves you, maybe you are flowing through a few donkey kicks, maybe finding your balance. Trying 1 or 2 times. And then from there, exhale, bringing both feet to the floor, finding a dolphin plank. Last full breath here, inhale. Exhale to lower the hips. Slide your hands out nice and wide. You know this movement, we've done it a few times. It's one of my favorites. Inhale to lift up, elbows and hands out wide. Exhale to float. And flow through 5 full cycles, this being the first. In your own time, working into your shoulders and neck in a rhythmical way. And exhale. Draw your feet up, hands around the top of the feet, knees in close towards each other, chin to the floor, deep full breath, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, kick into the feet and find your bow. As you engage through the toes and soften through the face, soften through the jaw, soften through the shoulders, and let the strength of the pose Be led through the power of the glutes and the legs. If you want to, in keeping with our faster moving fascia movements, you can rock front to back. Next round, we'll do side to side. And come to steady the body. Exhale, release. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and then find your own way back to a down dog. Deep full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 10, so just one round of our fascia release here. Deep full breath in and exhale. Let's begin. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to bring your knees to the floor. Tucking the toes under, lift your hands up behind the head. One round, 10 counts of this one. Elbows in. Inhale to get ready. And exhale, let's begin. Inhale and up. Open the arms out. And let's do the 10 rounds here. Inhale to begin, and let's go. Exhale. And sweep your hands forward. Steady your hands, steady your fingers, and find your way back to down dog. When you're ready, on your next inhalation, lifting up your left leg. Engaging through the inner line of that left leg, maybe closing the hips slightly towards the floor to get your right alignment. Last breath here. Exhale. On the inhalation, left knee to left elbow. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, left to right. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, left to left. Exhale. Inhale, left to right. Exhale. Inhale, left to left. Exhale. Inhale, left to right. Exhale, last round. Inhale, left to left. Exhale. Inhale, left to right. Exhale. Inhale, dome into the spine. Hug that knee in. Move fluidly forward. Foot between the hands. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, interlock the fingers. Place them behind your head. And find that nice tension between drawing the head, the scalp backwards and pressing into the hands. Find your edge. Do what needs to be done to release tension there. Last full breath here. On your inhalation, lifting your hands up. Exhale, letting that back knee hover. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last hover. Inhale, up. As you exhale, draw the left hand behind, right stays elevated, knee to the floor, toes tucked under, left hand to right, shin, calf, ankle, thigh, wherever you can get it. Nice crescent shape, soften into the hips. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. That was the last breath. Now inhale to lift the hands up and sweep back for a high lunge. And exhale, sweep forwards. Got 3 of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This time when you go back, stay low, Stand Asana low at the back of the mat, hands to heart, And if you can, reach your fingers out in front of you. Soften the neck, stretch over the back. Exhale. Inhale to look up. Bring your left hand to the outside of the left hip. And inhale, wild thing. Exhale, sweep forwards, hands out. Inhale to up, wild thing. Exhale, sweep around. And last time, inhale, wild thing. Exhale, sweep right around, bringing your hands on either side of that front leg and straighten the front knee. Bring the back foot to a 45-degree angle. Lock both kneecaps and draw your right hip back and in and your left hip forwards and out. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is the last pulse of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to look forwards. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Maybe bend into the knee. Exhale, get earthy. Inhale to float up into your standing splits. Finding your edge here. Maybe applying what you did on the one side. Apply it on the other. Finding your edge in the balance. Make sure the top glute and foot is super, super strong. That's the key in this pose. The more you lead with the top glute, the more balance you have, the more elevation you have. And also feel that magnetic pull down to the floor through the top of the head. Exhale to release your hands for balance. Inhale. Exhale, curtsy, or I think it's called the Shiva squat, knee to knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale, knee to knee. Inhale. Exhale, this will be our last one. Inhale. Exhale to squat. And then inhale to step back, finding a right angle at the back of your mat. And then swiveling over to find your warrior two. Left leg is the leading leg. Right leg behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Take a moment to find your balance. Perhaps rolling the pelvic floor up and under. Drawing belly in. Such a lovely grounding pose. Like a down dog. It always feels like a bookmark in a flow. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to flow into peaceful warrior. And inhale forwards. Side angle. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one back. Inhale forwards. Let's hold for a full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale to close your hands to the floor and draw that left leg back enough, drawing belly into spine, engaging through your milliband, and then drawing left knee to left upper arm. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to right wrist. Inhale up. Exhale. So it's a diagonal movement. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale. Inhale up. And then exhale, kick back. Three-legged dog. Either bringing both feet to the floor now if you need the balance, or keeping the one leg aloft, coming into your dolphin arms. Spread your fingers and maybe keeping that leg aloft and just go through some donkey kicks. Don't have to hold it. Maybe you do. Then lowering both legs, coming in to your plank. Last breath here, inhale, and exhale to lower. Slide the hands out nice and wide. Inhale to lift. Exhale. 5 breaths. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Chin to the floor. Lift the legs up. Reach back for your feet. Draw the knees together. Heels together. Exhale, release all air. Inhale to lift. Coming into your bow. Maybe this time, if you are looking for variation, draw the top of the legs to the floor. Press the heels together, and you'll work more deeply into the upper body. So you draw your knees together as well. Exhale to release. Hands under the shoulders. Using the inhalation, find your way back to down dog. Exhale. Let's do those fascia pulses. Inhale and begin. And exhale, knee to the floor. Release your toes. Lift your hands up, place them behind your head, elbows in. Remember, elbows to hips. Hug the body in. Inhale, and let's begin. Inhale to lift, arms out, and let's begin with the exhalation. Sweeping the hands forward, tucking the toes under, and finding your way back to down dog. And now we're going to go through the flow one more time on each side, but it will be a lot less repetition, so it will actually flow quite quickly. If you feel tired at any stage, including now, of course, your child pose always an option, and we will meet you there. On your next inhalation, lifting up your right leg, engaging through the thigh. Exhale, and then inhale, right knee to right elbow, one time on each side. Exhale to kick back. Inhale, right to left. Exhale to kick back. Inhale, hug your knee in towards your heart. Wave forwards. Right foot between your hands. Inhale to lift up into the high lunge. Exhale, fingers behind your head. One full breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift and lengthen through the hands. Exhale to pulse. Inhale to lift. Exhale to pulse. That's the last pulse down. Inhale to lift. This time as you exhale, right hand goes back, left hand stays aloft. Reach into your crescent lunge. Full breath here, inhale and exhale. As you inhale, lift your hands up, windmill high lunge to the back of the mat. And exhale forwards. Let's do it one more time because it's fun. And inhale and exhale. This time as you inhale, find your way into a low Skandasana, hands in front of heart. One breath here, inhale. Maybe exhale to reach forwards. Inhale, right hand behind right hip. Exhale. Inhale, wild thing. Exhale to sweep forwards. Let's do it just one more time. Inhale and up. Exhale to sweep forwards and then swiveling over, straightening into the left leg. Right foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in. One more time here. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fall down. Inhale, bending into that back knee. Exhale. Inhale, finding your standing splits. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, Kurt or Shiva squat, knee to knee. Inhale, one more. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Inhale to kick your right foot forward and then swivel into your warrior two. Right foot facing to the front of the mat. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to revolve. Exhale. One more time. Inhale to revolve and exhale. One breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale to close the body. Hands on either side of the front foot and then draw it back enough to lift up the knee. Inhale. Exhale to ankle. Inhale to lift. Exhale to ankle. Inhale to lift. Last one. Exhale, right knee to left ankle, wrist. And then inhale to kick back. Three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, coming onto your elbows or bringing both feet to the floor. Get onto your elbows. Last attempt on this side. Bringing both feet to the floor. One breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Beautiful. Hands out, nice and wide. Inhale to lift, just 2 breaths here. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Lifting the feet up, finding your hands to your feet. Deep full breath in. Deep full breath out. Inhale to lift. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Release. Hands and feet. And find your way back to your down dog. And exhale. Let's do our last round of myofascial release. Deep full breath in. And 10. Forward, knees to the floor, releasing your feet, hands behind the head. Elbows in, 10 counts, deep breath in first. And let's begin. Inhale to lift, exhale, arms out. 10 counts, inhale. And let's begin. And inhale, hands forward, tuck the toes under, down dog. Exhale. One breath to pause. And exhale. Inhale, left leg goes back and behind. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left to left elbow. Exhale, kick back, just one time on each side. Inhale, right to right. Sorry, left to right. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, flow through the jaguar. Nice fluid, controlled movement. And find your way up into your high lunge. Hands behind the head. One breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to lengthen through the arms. And exhale. Inhale to lift and exhale to pulse. That was our last pulse. Inhale to lift. This time as you exhale, left hand goes back, right knee to the floor and crescent. Exhale to soften the hips. One full breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweeping the right hand forwards And exhale, find your way into that high Skandasana. Sorry, that's an inhale. Exhale, sweep forward, crescent. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, forwards. This will be the last round because our sweep back is low. Finding a low Skandasana. One breath here, maybe reaching your arms out, hands in front of you. Exhale. Inhale, left hand behind the left hip on the outside of the mat, finding your wild thing. Exhale, sweep forwards. Let's do it a second time. Inhale, left hand outside left hip, and exhale. Sweeping forwards and around to face the back of the mat, straightening into the right leg, left leg at a foot at a 45-degree angle, hook the hips, engage the patella. Inhale, exhale. Second and last breath here, inhale, and exhale. Inhale to look forwards, bend with the exhalation into the back knee, inhale to float, exhale. One more breath here in standing splits, exhale, inhale, exhale, Shiva squat 2 times, inhale to lengthen, exhale, inhale to lengthen, and exhale. Inhale, kick back and sweep forwards to find your warrior 2. Left hand leading, one breath here, relax into your shoulders, inhale and exhale. Inhale, peaceful warrior, exhale, side angle. Second time and last time, peaceful warrior, exhale, side angle. One breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, close your hands to the floor and palms to the floor, lifting up with an inhalation, your left knee to your left upper arm. Exhale to the ankle, inhale up, exhale to the ankle, inhale up, last exhalation. I keep saying ankle, it's the wrist, and then kick back with the inhalation. And either using both feet to the floor or still in your 3-legged dog, lower your elbows. Last chance on the left side here as you engage through the fingertips. Maybe a few donkey kicks. Maybe a hold. And then finding your way back into your plank. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms out nice and wide. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Coming into the crocodile as you bring both hands in front of you. You can look out to either side, whatever feels more natural. Hook the toes in, heels out. Close your eyes and just connect with the beat of your heart, perhaps the tingling sensations of perspiration or at least heat on the body. Perhaps you can feel and permeate from the skin inwards, the layer beneath the skin. And just tuning into all the sensations therein. Like a laser beam of focus, moving inwards, moving towards the center of things. If you were looking one side, last few breaths look the other way. Just becoming aware of the changing cadence of heart and breath. And when you're ready, lifting your head up, hands under the shoulders, and sliding back onto your knees. Before we do a down dog, let's get a nice camel, a nice heart opener. So you can either, if it's in your practice, go directly into the full camel, hands in the small of the back. Knees are hip width apart, feet knee width or hip width apart. Pendulum balance as you engage your glutes, hips go forward, head goes back, and you reach back for your heels. If that's too intense for you, but you want to do something different than just holding the small of the back, you can also do evenly with even counts side to side, do kind of like a half open camel, starting with one hand, maybe holding 3 breaths before you start, wheel over and go to the other side. And then exhale, release. Sit back on your bum. We can try something fun, which is to elevate the fronts of the shins through the camel. So you'll come into your Virasana seat, leaning back like I am, and I've got my hands on the front of the feet, which are going to press extensively into the floor. So first stage is this, to have your knees still on the floor, and just to lift your hips up and soften your neck. So this will be the first option. And then the second option, let's hope I get it right. You engage through the glutes and lift, and then from here, squeeze through the thighs and lift the shins as well. Keep the glutes super strong. This is all mula bandh as you open your heart and lift more deeply. So you can try that. 2 options. First one, just back like this. And the second, and it's a little bit easier if your knees and your feet are a bit closer than hip width. Pressing your hands into the top of the feet. Strong glutes, engage the mula bandh. So the feeling like you're going to wee, you need to wee, but you're not going to wee. And then starting to lift the knees. Nice quad engagement. And then once you've practiced that sufficiently and feel good, you can reach forwards, coming into a nice child pose. Either knees wide or close together, it's up to you. Sometimes either variation just feels right for the lower back. So find your variation. And close your eyes. We'll stay here for about 10 breaths. Coming towards the end and the close of our practice now. Now, kind of a full body, rounded flow. All aspects of the body worked. And lots of repetitive, faster movement, something different for us to work into the fascia, to build resilience in a physical way in the body, and to flush out the memory of embedded or static memory of past injuries. Apparently, if you do scans and map the fascia in a body, you can also see embedded areas of stress or trauma. We've done studies on soldiers coming back from war zones and seen areas of the body that have taken embodied trauma, embodied stress, held in the fascia. And so these repetitive releasing movements help us to remodel our mobile fascia, or malleable fascia. And then inhale to lift your head up. And we can finish off with 2 hip and groin openers. Very nice, calming way to finish. So the first will be to come into our Baddha Konasana. So feet against each other, interlock your fingers over the front of the feet and lift up through the spine, elevate through the chest as you lengthen over the back of the shoulders, up the back of the shoulders, and open the knees out. For 10 breaths, we can do a little fascia release, little butterfly with the knees. And then we can do a 30-second to a minute hold as we press the elbows down onto the calves or onto the upper legs as you reach through the top of the head and press the heart and the solar plexus forward towards the floor. So the deep fascia layer requires obviously a different or more intense engagement to reach. And apparently that level has more plasticity, so is less viscous. And a 30-second to 1 minute hold gets into the deep fascia layer. So we'll end off with that here. So the other two layers are best reached with those repetitive movements, and our deep fascia layer you reach through 30-second to 1 minute holds. This is part of why the work of our yin yoga practice, of course. Going through your last 3 cycles of breath here. And then inhale to release. And then you can open your legs out where they are, or maybe you want to swivel to the side of your mat. It depends how much space you have around you. Opening your legs out in a nice wide straddle. Engage through your feet and maybe move any flesh that's under the hips and under the thighs back and behind you as you come to tilt on the front of the pelvic floor. And then keeping the spine nice and straight, keeping the feet active on your exhalation. Bring your elbows to the mat, palms up. Maybe you want to place your elbows on a cushion or some books or some elevation if the floor feels far away. And maybe if you're comfortable, you can also go further into the pose, bringing the chin and the front of the body onto the mat. So lots of options here depending on your level of flexibility. But once you find your edge, try to feel as much as you still want to engage through the feet and not kind of collapse into the hip joints. So you want to feel the engagement through the patella and through the quads and through the feet. But that engagement is not to strain. So it's an engagement with still as though you are keeping space for expansion. And we're holding this pose for about another 40 seconds. So find a manageable edge for the last bit. Breathing steady and full. Maybe you want to close your eyes as we ready ourselves for our final relaxation. And of course, one of the key aspects of building resilience is recognizing change, and recognizing the difference as moments in our lives flow from one to the other, as we pass through seasons and cycles. And building resilience is recognizing our ability to change and also the inevitability of change outside of us. And so begin to feel the change in your body as you start to cool down now and enter into the final moments of stillness and relaxation. When you're ready, gently lifting out of the pose and bringing the knees together. Grabbing something warm if you need it, and maybe putting some socks on or anything that feels right for you for your relaxation. And then when you're ready, rolling down, make it a nice and mindful and slow transition back onto the mat. And find your way into your final relaxation, into your corpse pose. Feet flopping out to each side. Neck is nice and long. Chin may be tucked slightly in. Hands on either side of the body, palms facing upwards. Make sure you've left space between your arms and your body. Occupy space. Try not to strain to hold limbs and tension inwards. And then come to close your eyes. And to focus on your essential rhythm of breath. The jaw is soft and relaxed. If you feel tension around the jaw, maybe move the bottom jaw from one side to the other, releasing that tension. And then bringing the whole body to stillness. Feeling that lovely wash of ebb and flow of breath. Let it wash over you. Let the tides of your breath lull you into your relaxation. Grasping this moment in its fullness and thus setting aside any tasks or responsibilities or agitation you may feel. And sinking into the simplicity of this moment. So very simple and so profound. This is our moment of rejuvenation. A gift to the mind and the body, a gift of stillness and conscious relaxation. A gift of sensations as you become aware and feel the effects of your practice in your body. And that lovely feeling of having done a full practice, a full vinyasa, of having flushed out toxins, of having worked into the joints, into the muscles, and indeed today into the fascia. So drink in this moment with gratitude and with sweetness. When you're ready, gently start to move into your hands and feet. And take a deep breath in as you stretch your arms above your head. That feels right for you. Nice luxurious stretch. And then in your own time, taking care with the body, come up to a seated position facing forwards. And join your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. And join me in the universal pulse, universal vibration of Inhale. Om. And gratitude to all our teachers